Michaela takes that as a called strike one.
One out top of the first inning. For those who will be watching this video later, we're going to post a recording of this video later since the video is not getting out from where we are. That one down low.
One ball, one strike on Michaela. Top of the first inning, we're still scoreless. Pitch on the way. That one's in there for a called strike two. Again, the starting pitcher for the Lady Blue Devils of Bremen this afternoon is number 27, Peyton Terrell, and she was working quickly, and that one is fouled off to the right side and out of play. So the count will stay 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jordan. Terrell ready to go to work again. Pitch on the way. And that one's fouled straight back. Michaela staying alive. Got just a little bit of that one. Keeps the count 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Terrell gets set. And pitch on the way. That one just missed upstairs, Andrew Carter, for ball 2.
It did. Great at bat so far by Michaela Jordan, taking some good pitches and having a good eye. See if she can get a board from Marisol Brumby, who waits on deck.
Pitch on the way, and that one's fouled straight back. That just hit your camera.
Yeah, direct contact.
And it's going to hang in there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count, a little different view for Andrew and myself this afternoon compared to what we normally see. We are on the first row of the bleachers here, as there is no press box for the softball field here at Bremen. So we are right eye level. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one's hit down the right side, but that one's going to go foul as well.
Well struck there by Michaela, but if she can time that a little bit better, she'll have a double down the right field line.
Good at bat here by the center fielder for the Lady Dawgs. Staying alive. As you mentioned, Andrew, Marisol Brumby waits on deck. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one's outside. She's worked the full count. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one is foul back. She is quickly working the pitch count for Terrell up pretty high here in this first inning of work. She's fouled off several, and she's in a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, payoff pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side. That one is going to drop fair, and that's going to be extra bases. It rolls into the right field corner. She's going to round second, and she's going to be in there with a stand-up triple.
Well, Sam, I said a double, but it was a triple. You have to factor in the speed of Michaela Jordan, and she just kept it fair down the right field line. It landed about a foot inside the chalk there, and she will stand at third base for Marisol Brumby. That is a perfect situation that you want here, and they might, at this point, walk Seal. We'll see if that happens or not. They'll have, of course, another good batter behind her. We'll see if they actually will pitch to her.
Peyton Terrell, the pitcher, still getting her sign from the dugout. She'll look at her wristband now. She's ready to go. They're going to pitch to Seal, it looks like. First pitch is in there for called strike one.
The gutsy pitch right there came right after her down the middle. Don't know if they'll do that again.
Lady Dawgs threatening here with 1 out. Michaela Jordan stands at third with a 1-out stand-up triple. 0-1 count. Pitch on the way to Brumby. That one's going to be in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, number 00, Zoe Cook. She keeps that one in front of her and might have saved a run, although there's not a lot of room between home plate and this back wall.
No, it's
very tight.
Very tight dimensions here at Bremen. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Michaela Jordan at third base. She reached on the triple with 1 out just a moment ago.
Pitch on the way to Brumby. That one is high and away, but Mary Seal took a hack at it.
Yeah,
so that's going to be strike 2.
It was a nasty rise ball there by number 27, Peyton Terrell. She
climbed the ladder on her.
She sure did, and Seal offered at it. It was tantalizing. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count with 1 away here in the bottom half, or rather the top half of the first inning here at Bremen.
We'll look at the wristband. We'll look into the dugout. Now we'll look into her catcher, and she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. Just about the same pitch, but this time Mary Seal did not offer at it, and a throw down to third, and Michaela Jordan is back safely.
That was a very close play at third base. Michaela Jordan with a good job. Almost caught sleeping, but a great throw there from the catcher.
And a very close pitch as well.
It was.
So that takes the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Mary Seal Brumby at the plate. Pitch on the way. That one is hit to center field, and that one's going to carry a little ways. And the left fielder had to come over and missed it. She dropped that one, and Mary Seal is in with an RBI double.
She did not stop running. She did not stop running. That's why she's at second base. The run was going to score anyway, regardless of whether it was caught or not. So give Seal the RBI, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Lady Bulldogs.
That's going to bring up number 27, Reagan Clark. She'll come to the plate with a runner at second and only 1 out. Lady Dogs out to an early 1-0 lead in the top half of this first inning.
Well, against a good team like Bremen, this is so important to get the momentum going early.
Score early and score often. Pitch on the way from Terrell. That one's in there for a called strike 1.
Yeah, about knee-high there, outer part of the zone, and Reagan's like, give me that call when I'm up there.
Exactly.
Lady Dogs wearing their gray jerseys with red pinstripes and red pants.
Quick look at the wristband. Now pitch on the way. That one's in there for called strike 2.
That's
just about the same location, maybe just a little further outside, but it, again, stayed in that same area, Andrew.
27-27 here. 0-2 the count.
Pitch on the way. That one's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Good eye.
Yeah, very good eye. Definite take there as she went outside to see if she would chase, and she would not. Mary Seal Brumby still over at second base. Got aboard there on the dropped ball in the outfield, scoring Michaela Jordan.
That one just missed, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count on Reagan Clark. Terrell looks into the dugout. Now she'll look down at her wristband. Toe the rubber and ready to go. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's going to be out number 2 for the Lady Dogs. So that's going to bring up number 6, Ivory Boozer. Boozer gets the start at third base today. She'll come to the plate with Mary Seal Brumby at second base and 2 outs. We'd love to cash in that run standing at second base. 1-0, Lady Dogs. Pitch on the way to Boozer. Low ball 1. Again, for those tuning in, due to cell reception down here, we're having a little bit of issues with our video, but you can always listen to us on the radio, 1340 AM and 106.1 FM, as Boozer takes called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Boozer. This game was originally scheduled to be played yesterday. However, it was rained out, which worked out for Andrew Carter. That one's in the dirt. That's going to get away, and Brumby is going to be thrown out trying to take third base. But the Lady Dogs jump on top first. It's 1-0. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. You're listening to CHS Lady Dogs Softball right here on the home for Cedartown Sports. WGAA AM 1340 and 106.1 FM. As a reminder, anytime the Bulldogs play, you can hear them right here on the Big Double A.
Augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a Steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown and 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
1-0 is your score of the Lady Dogs on top of the Lady Blue Devils of Bremen High School. Lady Dogs making the short trip south to take on this Lady Blue Devil team in the second game of this young season, actually. Not short season, but young season. Ella Herod will lead things off for the Lady Blue Devils. She gets the start at shortstop today. Emmy Arp on the mound for the Lady Dogs. She'll get the nod today. And it looks like she's ready to go. First pitch on the way from Arp. That one just missed, ball one. For those of you attempting to watch on Facebook Live, we do apologize. As we've said, we're having a little bit of issues due to internet service. Second pitch on the way is hit down the third base line, and that one's fair. That one's going to be trouble. That's in the corner. Herod's around first, and she's going to be in at second. Now she's going to go to third, play at third base, and she is going to be gunned out. Haven Barclay was able to wrangle that one over in the left field corner. She threw it into the shortstop, number 42, Kaylee Nicolopoulos, who delivered a strike to Ivory Boozer. And Ella Herod was thrown out at third base. She was going to be in there with a double, got a little greedy, and it cost her. So that's going to bring up number 5, Olivia Matthews. She'll get the start in center field today. As I was saying, we're having some technical difficulties due to internet service, so the Facebook Live video may not be available. However, you can listen to us on air at WGAA Radio, which is 1340 AM, and of course 106.1 FM. Andrew Carter is in the midst of making some technical changes. First pitch on the way from Arp is in there for a called strike one. So no balls, one strike. The count on Matthews with nobody on and one out. Pitch on the way from Arp. Ooh, Matthews just able to get out of the way of that one. That'll take the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Arp quick glance down at the wristband, and now she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. And that one's upstairs. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Arp again. Toes the rubber. Now she's ready to go. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be upstairs as well. Ball 3. So after a quick first strike on Matthews, she's worked the hitter's count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Arp will look into the dugout, get a little handful of dirt, glance at the armband, and now she's ready to go. And pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Good comeback on that one. Matthews had worked a 3-ball, 1-strike count, and Art came right after him. So now it's full count with the bases empty and 1 out for this Lady Blue Devil Bremen team. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. What a comeback by Emmy Art. That's going to be out number 2. That'll bring up number 3, Halle Duke. Duke is the starting third baseman for this Bremen team. She'll come to the plate with the bases empty and 2 outs. Lady Dogs lead early in this one, 1-0 here in this bottom half of the first inning. Pitch on the way from Art. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Art with a look at the wristband. Now she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. Just missed. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike on Duke. Arp's ready. Now pitch on the way. And that one's hit up the middle right back to Arp. She'll collect. Throw over to first base to Brumby for out number 3. The Lady Blue Devils go in order. We'll go to the top half of the second inning. Your Lady Dogs are up 1-0. You're listening to Cedartown High School softball right here on the home of Cedartown High School Sports, AM 1340 and 106.1 FM. WGAA, the Big Double A.
Is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Welcome back, Cedartown Lady Dogs softball in the Big Double A. A great defensive play in the bottom of the first inning, likely saved a run, and great play there in the outfield to throw out the runner trying to advance. And now we're here in the top of the second inning.
Ivory Boozer hits that first pitch to the second baseman and fires over to first for out number 1. Of course, Boozer was at bat when Marysville Brumby was thrown out at third base, so she got to come back, but made quick work. And that's going to be out number 1. That's going to bring up the shortstop, number 42, Kaylee Nicolopoulos. She'll come to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. Looks like we have our center field camera working again, thanks to Andrew Carter, our technical wizard, among many things. Kaylee takes that first pitch outside for ball 1. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt, ball 2. For those that don't know, Andrew not only broadcasts these games, but he's working the cameras. He's working all of the graphics that you see on the video. He's also working the soundboard. And he drove us here. What do I do? Not a lot. Ball 3 to Nicolopoulos.
See if the Lady Dogs can get a good start here in this inning. Tell you what, they played really great against Oconee County. They're playing some A-plus ball here against a very good Bremen squad.
3-0 pitch on the way, and that one just catches the inside corner for strike one. So 3 balls, 1 strike on Nicolopoulos. Pitch on the way. That's in there for called strike 2.
So after getting behind 3-0, 2 straight pitches taken that were borderline at best. And now we'll see what she does here on a 3-2 count.
Kaylee called time. Umpire's going to make her step out since she called time, and now it looks like we're ready to go. Payoff pitch on the way. That one's taken outside. Ball 4.
Great at bat. Great at bat. Took one. And again, this is a unique situation. I think last season in the playoffs, we saw a left-handed pitcher. We're seeing another one here today. It's kind of a different release angle. It's not as different as it is with, say, baseball, but still it's a different, coming at you from a different direction.
That'll bring up the right fielder, number 00, Hannah Cochran, who hits the first pitch she sees to the right side. The first baseman will gather and tag first base for the unassisted put out for out number 2.
It does move the runner over to second base. It'll take a 2-out base hit if the Lady Dogs are going to score here.
So that'll bring up the pitcher, number 14, Emmy Arp. Arp looking to help herself here with that runner at second base. Haven Barclay, number 11, on deck for the Lady Dogs. Pitch on the way to Arp. That was taken in the dirt, ball 1. Emmy, of course, worked a 3-up, 3-down, top of the first inning, thanks to some excellent defensive play by the Lady Dogs. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt as well. Ball 2, and the catcher, Zoe Cook's going to have a quick conference. Peyton Terrell. Your Lady Dogs lead it 1-0 here in this top half of the second inning. From down in Bremen, Georgia, just south of us. And it looks like we're ready to go. 2-0 the count. Pitch on the way. And that one's in there for called strike 1 on Arp. Pitch on the way from Terrell. That one's taken outside. Ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike the count on Arp.
I'll tell you, I've been really impressed by the Lady Bulldogs and their discipline at the plate here. Arp's in the driver's seat, 3-1 with a runner at second, 2 out.
Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. And that's going to be the second walk, and they're going to chase the runner back from second. And she is back safely. Nicolopoulos was caught off just a little bit, but she was able to get back. And so after the second walk of this inning, that's going to bring up number 11, Haven Barclay. Runner at first and second. And we're going to have a courtesy runner, it looks like. And we will.
I dropped the score sheet down there, so I don't have that in front of me. But I'll tell you in a moment who it is.
So runner at first and second with 2 out. And Barclay, that great defensive play over in left field, takes ball 1.
Annabeth O'Neill is the runner at first base, number 4. Speed over there.
Pitch on the way. And that's low, ball 2.
That was close. Great job there by Barclay to take that one. She checked her swing. Big opportunity here with 2 outs and runners on first and second for Cedartown. See if they can cash in. They already lead it 1-0 here in the top of the second.
Terrell gets set. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt, and that almost gets away from the catcher, but she's able to corral it, had to throw down to first. Close play there.
Very close
but
play.
O'Neal was back safely.
Very close play. Almost got her sleeping over there at first base, but good jump over there to get back. And a 3-0 count, probably a take all the way situation here for Barclay. We'll see what she does here on a 3-0 count.
Pitch on the way from Terrell, and she was taking all the way, and that's in there for a called strike one. Kaylee Nicolopoulos stands at second base. O'Neal stands at first base. And Haven Barclay in the batter's box. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. 1-0 your score, top of the second inning. Pitch on the way. And that's going to be the 3rd walk of the inning. That's going to load them, Andrew Carter.
It will, and now we got time called as a Bremen coach comes out of the dugout to have a discussion with her pitcher. And that will bring up Taylor Westmoreland, and Taylor loves bases loaded situations. We all know what she can do with runners aboard.
Quick meeting at the pitcher's mound is already over, and looks like we're getting ready to go back to work. Base pads full of Lady Dogs. And Taylor Westmoreland in the batter's box. Big opportunity for the Lady Dogs. Pitch on the way. That one's taken upstairs, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 2 out, bases loaded. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled off. One and 1 the count on Westmoreland. Big opportunity for Cedartown. Pitch on the way. That one's hit down the left side, but foul.
Hard hit there. 1 and 2 the count now.
Had to get a ball back in play, and now it looks like we're ready to go.
We've got a video going, a stream going to Facebook and to YouTube, but it's going to be intermittent, so we do apologize for that. We will be posting a cleaner video probably later on this evening. But you can listen to us on the radio. Big pitch here.
And that one's hit to center field. The center fielder has to turn, take about 4 steps back, but then she's underneath it.
Just missed it.
The Lady Dogs load them up, but they can't cash in. 1-0 is your score. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on the home for CHS Sports, AM 1340 and 106.1 FM WGAA, the Big AA.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
1-0 lead for the Lady Bulldogs through an inning and a half. Lady Bulldogs got the bases loaded, but unable to score. Taylor Westmoreland was at the plate, and she had a 1-2 pitch, and she just got underneath it there when she was at the plate. So Lady Bulldogs will try to keep it going and hold it right there with a slim 1-0 lead against a very good Bremen team.
Bremen will send the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate in this bottom half of the second inning. Zoe Cook, the catcher, Lady Blue Devil, will be the first at bat to face Emmy Arp here in this bottom of the second inning. Arp retired him 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first. Will look to do the same here. First pitch on the way is in there for a called strike 1. She is looking sharp early on.
The senior who has really been a Miss Reliable ever since she's been on the varsity squad is having a great start against a very good team.
0-1 pitch on the way from Arp, and that's hit to the left side. It's going to force the left fielder to go back. She's going to look, and it's going to hit the scoreboard. So a solo shot from Zoe Cook has tied this one up.
This field is it's regulation size, Sam, but it's so compact. That scoreboard is literally right there at the fence, and it hits the side of the scoreboard for a long home run to left field. And I really didn't think it was that far struck, but it was just enough to get out of here. And the Lady Blue Devils have tied this one up 1-1.
Barclay gave chase, but she just ran out of real estate. And as you said, it's now 1-1. That's going to bring up the left fielder for the Lady Blue Devils, number 8, Bella Atkins. Westmoreland with a little chat with Emmy Arp. Now she's going to grab her catcher's mask, put it back on, and go to work. Arp takes a glance at the armband there. Toes the rubber, pitch on the way. That one's in there for a called strike 1. Emmy's coming right at these Bremen hitters.
And she's doing a great job at that. What she's got to do now is throw them off stride, and we'll see if she can do that here. Nothing in 1 the count.
That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 1.
As we said earlier in the broadcast, these Lady Blue Devils made it to Columbus last year in AA. Felt to love it. Heard County also went to Columbus and won the state championship last year, a team we saw in the preseason.
That pitch is in the dirt. Take the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Bremen, of course, seems to be one of those perennial teams that no matter what the sport is, they're extremely competitive.
Well, and last year when we played them here, it was a very long game for the Lady Bulldogs, so they are definitely keeping it close as of right now with a 1-1 tie.
Pitch on the way. She's going to take that one upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. The JV team was playing before our arrival. We got to see the end of that game. It did not go well for our Lady Dogs. It was over after 2 innings of play. This varsity team, though, showing much better. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss.
I think she might have even foul tipped it. Regardless, it's a strike, and it's 3-2.
So Atkins will stand in with a full count. The base is empty and nobody out. 1 run already across here in this bottom of the second. She shows bunt, brings back. Now she's going to hit it right to the third baseman. Ivory Boozer didn't even have to move.
Just lifted her glove up and said, hey, look what I found. A line drive, and she takes care of that for out number 1. Great play there, heads up by Ivory Boozer, who didn't even have to move a muscle except for that arm to raise it up to make the catch.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, number 26, Ella Smith. Smith will come to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. Of course, the Lady Dogs were in action on Saturday at home, picking up the first win of the season in the first game of the season. Pitch on the way, taken low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, nobody on. 1 out, 1 run already aboard. That one's hit to the left side, and that one's going to be maybe 2. It's going to fall in between the center fielder and the left fielder. She's on her way to second, turn play at second base, and they're going to call her safe.
Let me tell you something. The throw beat her there. The throw beat her there, but she couldn't turn around and make the tag in time. She was hoping that she overslid the bag, and she apparently did not, said the field umpire. He called her safe. So that's going to be a double, but a great throw out there from right field to get it in there and make it a close play. Coach Monroe is out there to ask for a second opinion. And she may have an argument.
She may have an argument there, especially on the back end of that tag, if you will.
Of course, that argument will not be won. So she'll head back to the dugout.
So Smith will stand at second base, and that will bring out the starting pitcher for the Lady Blue Devils, Peyton Terrell.
She throws left and bats left. Go-ahead run in scoring position with one out for the Bremen Lady Blue Devils.
First pitch on the way from Art is in the dirt. Ball one. Good stop by Westmoreland.
That double was the third extra base hit given up by Amy Arp before she count that first inning hit as a double that was thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple. Then, of course, the home run, and then that double just now.
Pitch on the way from Arp is in there for a called strike one.
Yeah, good pitch there. Came right after with a high pitch, a route to let her high, and that'll even the count up at 1-1. These Lady Bulldogs will be back in action this weekend for a Friday tournament in Dalton.
That one misses ball two.
Didn't miss by much. It must have been low. Pretty good looking pitch there by Amy. Anyway, I believe they're playing Dade County in the first game of that tournament.
After that, next time the Lady Dogs will be in action will be Monday the 16th, and they will be taking on the cross-county rivals, the Rockmart Lady Yellow Jackets.
Get on the ground towards second base, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 2, and the runner moves over to third base. That'll be out number 2, and he'll take a 2-out hit or something else with 2 outs for Bremen to take the lead here in the second.
Bremen will send their first baseman, Libby Lambert, to the plate to see if she can bring across that go-ahead run that stands at third base. We'll be extremely happy if she just stays right where she is. That young lady's gone far enough.
No doubt.
Arp will get a little sign from the dugout, and then she'll look at her armband, and she'll toe the rubber, and she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. And that is Sky to the left side. Barclay will go into foul territory, and she makes the basket catch grab in foul territory for out number 3. Bremen able to tie this one up.
Yep.
1-1.
Tied it up with a long ball.
They did. We'll go to the top of the third inning. It is 1-1. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dog Softball right here on the home for CHS Sports, 1340 AM, 106.1 FM, WGAA, the Big AA.
Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings. Everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, door, Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Back to the third inning. Cedartown and Bremen are tied 1-1. Happy to be with you here from Bremen High School. Game number 2 of Cedartown's season, and we do believe it's the first game of the regular season for Bremen. Lady Bulldogs had the bases loaded in the previous inning, couldn't bring home a run. Now Michaela Jordan, the center fielder, will lead things off here in the third inning.
Peyton Terrell still pitching for the Lady Blue Devils. Pitch on the way. Ball one. That one just missed. Jordan with a big triple back in the first inning. 1 for 1 so far. Pitch on the way. And that one's taken low and away for ball two. As we mentioned, the Lady Dogs will be in action this weekend in the Dalton tournament. And then they will play Monday at Rockmart. And then they'll take a little bit of a break. Pitch on the way. Then there for a called strike one. After the Rockmart game, they will play in a doubleheader against Central on Tuesday the 24th. And then they will finally come back home on the 26th, which is a Thursday against Central. Game start time for that game is 7 p.m. So that is the next time you can catch the Lady Bulldogs at home, which will be Thursday, August the 26th against Central. Michaela takes that one in the dirt for ball three, and she's worked a 3-ball, 1-strike count against Peyton Terrell. Jordan had a lengthy at-bat in her first plate appearance before she hit that triple. And this time, Terrell wins that battle.
Big cut.
It was 3 balls, 2 strikes. I had her already at a full count. But she will live to see another pitch here. And it's now a full count. Nobody on, nobody out. Payoff pitch on the way. Got her looking on the outside corner for a called strike 3.
Cedartown fans don't like the call, and they have a valid argument there, but it was a borderline pitch, and she took it for a called strike 3. That'll bring up Brumby with nobody on. I just love the way she looks at the plate. It's intimidating. That's a good thing.
Yes, it is. Pitch on the way, and that one's fouled off. Brumby with an RBI double back in the first inning that scored the first and only run for the Lady Dogs. 1-1 is your score. Top of the third inning. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball one. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Base is empty. Pitch on the way from Terrell. And that one's going to be smacked to the right side, and that one's going to be out of here. Mary Sale Brumby breaks up the tie in this top of the third inning with a solo shot to the right side. It's 2-1, Cedartown.
Sam, that was just a line drive. She hit that ball so hard it left this field in a hurry for the first dinger of the year for Mary Sale Brumby, and she gets a welcome at home plate. A 2-1 lead for the Lady Bulldogs. And she leveled off on that one and hit it, pulled it down into right field, and she has her first home run of the season. First of many, we hope and expect. And that'll bring up Cedartown's designated player, Reagan Clark. Clark is going to step in there after the long home run there by Mary Sale Brumby.
Clark, a victim of a strikeout, her first at bat, which came back in the first inning. First pitch on the way to Clark, and that one's fouled off straight back. She's quickly in the hole, 0-1. We did have a brief rain shower that delayed the start of this game by 5 to 10 minutes. But we're quickly back underway. And the Lady Dogs lead it 2-1. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball one. For those of you watching on Facebook Live, the video will be a little sketchy at times. That's going to be due to some reception services down here in this hole that this softball facility sits in. As Clark swings and misses.
Yeah, way late on that one. She was swings and misses at the high pitch, and it's 1-2. So again, we do apologize. It is coming through on Facebook, but it is intermittent sometimes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch on the way, and that one's fouled straight back. Of course, for those of us that are a little more traditionalists, we enjoy the radio broadcast anyways. And if you're really old, like Sam Branch, you listen to it still on AM, even though there's a perfectly good FM signal.
He is not kidding, folks. Wow, that just missed off the outside corner, 2-2. Good take there by Reagan Clark.
Two balls, 2 strikes, base is empty, 1 out.
You're an old soul, Sam.
I am indeed, good sir. Pitch on the way. And Clark gets caught looking. So Clark a victim of a strikeout for the second time. And that'll bring up number 6, Ivory Boozer. There's just nothing like, in my personal opinion, hearing the voice of Frank Burgess Sr. come across a FM, or an AM, airwave there, listening to Cedartown High School sports.
No doubt about it.
It doesn't get any better than that. Pitch on the way. That's in there for a called strike 1. Of course, Andrew, I know a lot of our listeners will remember these days. I know you will remember these days as well. But back when the radio station would go offline at 9 and it would not come back on until 6 a.m. And as a child, if you thought it was going to snow, that's what you were listening for, is the national anthem as Ivory Boozer takes low ball 1. You were waiting for the national anthem and the sign-on at 6 a.m. with Frank Burgess Sr. and then whoever was working the board that morning to tell you, school's off, it's snowing.
I remember that well.
Good times. We'll stop reminiscing as that one is fouled off down the first base side. So Boozer falls behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes with the bases empty and 2 outs. Lady Dawgs took the lead back here in this top half of the 3rd inning with a solo shot to the right side by Mary Sil Brumby. And Ivory Boozer looking to add some more to it. 1-2 pitch on the way. Boozer's going to stay alive as she fouls that one straight back.
She's been making good contact in this bat. You know, even though the Lady Bulldogs were unable to score with the bases loaded earlier, they've really had some great at-bats here in this game. They lead it 2-1 thanks to the Mary Sil Brumby home run.
1-2 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be dribbled down the first base side. The first baseman will collect and step on the back for out number 3. The Lady Dogs take the lead back with a solo shot from Mary Sil Brumby. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your Lady Dogs lead 2-1. You're listening to Cedartown High School softball on the home. Lady Dogs softball, WGAA AM 1340 and 106.1 FM.
Golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Daniel's Green Services and Handyman, your best choice for total home renovation or even small projects. 770-862-1240. 770-862-1240. Painting, siding, concrete, windows, pressure washing, flooring, drywall, doors, roofing, electrical, and even lawn care. They're fully insured and will do a great job. Check them out on Facebook, Daniel's Green Services and Handyman, your best choice. 770-862-1240.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd, and Cedartown with a 2-1 lead as Mary Sil Brumby's line drive home run to right field broke the 1-1 tie. And now we're back at it with Emmy Arp, the senior, in the circle for Cedartown, and it'll be the bottom of the order, Mandy Reinhardt, to lead things off for Bremen. Again, Sam mentioned earlier we had the rain shower, and the clouds have moved out of here, and it's a right pleasant evening.
First pitch on the way is a bunt, and that's going to be foul. You are correct. It was quite warm when we first arrived. Got all the equipment unloaded and set up, and then it decided to rain just very briefly, which cooled things down, and it has made for that pleasant evening. Of course, fall just right around the corner, but fall sports already running strong in high school. Pitch on the way from Arp. Ooh, and that plunked Reinhardt, and she's going to take first base.
Yeah, she wasn't happy about it. You could hear the thunk. It was absolutely not a pleasant experience, so she'll head to first base, and that's a fast runner over there, and they'll head us back to the top of the order. Ella Herod, the shortstop, will be at the plate with a runner on first and nobody out.
Cedartown Bulldogs football team will have their first contest of the season, a scrimmage game on Friday night. That one's fouled back by Herod for strike number 1.
You know, it's too bad you can't get outs on the ricochet off the screen.
I'm telling you.
Because we'd have 2 or 3 more outs than we've gotten so far. But no avail, but a good try nevertheless for Mary Silbrami to get the ricochet. Nothing in 1 the count now to the batter.
0-1 pitch on the way, and that's hit down the left side, but that's going to be fouled.
Solid contact there, just trying to pull it down the left field line, but got it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, if you are trying to watch on Facebook and you just can't stand the intermittent breaking up, I think we've got the radio to where it's not going to do it as much, and you can tune us in on the radio side or go to WGARadio.com and listen live there.
0-2 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be way. They've got her in a rundown now. Nope. The 0-2 pitch was way outside. Westmoreland threw down to first base. They had caught the runner off, but she was able to get to second anyways.
I think Seal couldn't get a good grip on the ball. That might have been why she didn't feel comfortable making the throw to second base. Better a runner at second than a runner at third.
Absolutely. Just put that one in your pocket and live to fight another day. So Bremen now with a runner at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Pitch on the way. And that was going to be taken outside, ball 2. Reminder of the big community-wide pep rally to kick off the start of this 2021 football season will be Thursday night.
The Bulldog Bash.
That's it.
Big Double A is going to be there pretty much emceeing, so we're looking forward. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Starts at 7 o'clock Thursday night on
6
o'clock.
Yes.
Excuse me, 6 o'clock.
That one's going to hit her as well. It hit the ground and then popped up and hit her. But that's a hit batsman, so runners at first and second now. 2 hit batsmen in the inning, and now Coach Monroe has popped out of the dugout, and she'll head over to talk to her pitcher. Reagan Clark is over off screen warming up, and she may come into this game if Amy gets a little wild here in the 3rd inning. Bottom of the 3rd, she's pitched well, but here in this inning, she has given up a couple of hit batsmen. She's also given up that solo shot to left field and a couple other extra base hits, but it's a 2-1 score.
Number 5, Olivia Matthews, will be the batter. She struck out in her first at bat back in the 1st inning, and we'd love to get a strikeout here. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Lady Dogs up 2-1. Pitch on the way, shows bunt in the dirt. Ball 1. Good stop by Taylor Westmoreland, the veteran Bulldog catcher. The Bulldog Bash will take place on Pryor Street in downtown Cedartown, right there in front of the courthouse.
Same place they have the cruise in downtown.
Pitch on the way, shows bunt again, and that one's going to be fouled down the 3rd base side. Going to have all kind of stuff. You can meet the Bulldogs. You can kiss the Bulldog. I think you can get your picture taken with the Bulldog.
You can also dunk a coach,
Dunk a coach, face painting. There are also going to be some food vendors there, so it should be a fantastic time.
Well, I heard Rudy's was going to be there.
I heard, and, I'll go just about anywhere Rudy's is going to go. So we will be there Thursday night. And then we're going to be at Cedartown High School under the lights Friday night.
Well, at Cass.
At Cass, excuse me, for a little scrimmage game as that one's hit directly out to center field. Michaela Jordan makes a good play on that one. So the first out is recorded by a line drive out to center field.
Right at her too. I mean, it was literally. I don't think the line drive got more than 15 feet off the ground. Michaela Jordan there, and she immediately throws to second base to try to get the runner leaning off, and she just gets back safely. It's a big first out.
It is. That'll bring up the third baseman Halle Duke. Duke comes to the plate with one out and a runner at first and second. Pitch on the way from Art. That one's going to be upstairs, ball one. You don't want to make the drive out to Cass. Of course, we will have Friday night's contest here on the Big AA in all of our broadcasting venues. Facebook Live, as well as on the radio. Well, that will be on YouTube Live as well.
We will see. There's a strike call, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still working on all the details for that, but we will definitely have coverage for you in some way or another. Season starts for Cedartown football on the 20th. At Denmark, and then, of course, the big Cedartown Rockmart game will be the home opener for the Bulldogs football at Dock Ayers Field on the 27th. But here we got softball action in a tight game. Lady Bulldogs with a 2-1 lead and a 1-1 count with one out.
That one's hit to the left side. Barclay will get underneath that one, and she'll squeeze that one for out number 2.
She just got under that, and Barclay didn't have to move much. I'll tell you what, we have heard a lot about Haven and how good of a defender she is, and she has really shown her colors in these first couple of games at how well she has defended out there in left field. Made a couple of great plays, and then, of course, the assist there to gun out the runner at third base earlier. That's out number 2, and runners, most importantly, do not advance on that.
Art gave up 2 free passes to start this bottom of the third, and she's battled back now. See if she can't get out of this without any damage. That one's in the dirt. Runner's going to go to third. Throw down, a tag, and she's safe.
And she was. The throw was a hard throw to third base, but it was to the left side of the bag, and Boozer could not could not apply the tag to her as she was able to slide in safely. Runners move up second and third. And now Coach Monroe is out. They're checking to make sure it's not a coaching visit per se to discuss strategy, more of a saying, is Amy okay, because there was some sort of maybe awkward landing she did, and we didn't catch that as we were watching the other part of the play. But that's a big move over there, because runners, a base hit could score a couple.
Runners now at second and third. 1 ball against Zoe Cook, who hit a solo home run back in the second inning. Pitch on the way. That one just misses ball 2. That one was close.
Very close.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 out, 2 on. Bottom half of the third inning, the Lady Dogs lead by the slimmest of margins, 2-1. Art gets the sign from the dugout. Look at her armband. Now she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one's in there for a called strike 1.
Bottom of the third inning. This game is being kind of deliberate here to this point, but it's a close one and a 2-1 score.
Pitch on the way from Art. That one's going to be fouled off the right side, out of play.
Now bringing down to the final strike here in the inning.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-1 your score. Art toes the rubber. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop. Nicolopoulos will field. Fire to first. Not in time. And the run scores from third.
She was out. The only thing I can imagine is if her foot came off the bag. The field umpire made the call, who was a long way away. I don't know if they're going to be able to change that or to challenge that, but it's going to tie the game up 2-2.
That'll bring up Belle Akins.
Kaylee had a little trouble with it there at shortstop. She bobbled for a moment, but picked up and threw. Brumby tried to stretch it over there, but the Either the ball got there at the same time or later, or the foot came off. We don't know for sure, but either way, it ties the ball game up, and we've got runners at the corners.
First pitch on the way to Akins. Runner is going. Throw down to third. Keeps the runner at third, but the runner from first did advance over to second, so now you've got runners at first and second.
What a tight ball game this has been.
Man,
2-2. I mean,
it's a doozy.
And it's been very well played. Both sides have really played each other to a standstill at this point. Now we're all knotted up again at 2.
1 ball, no strikes. Again, 2 on. Still with 2 outs. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. It's going to get away from Westmoreland. There's going to be a play at the plate. Oh, and Art could not hold on to it. Otherwise, she'd have been out. But she was not. Therefore, Bremen is now taking the lead 3-2.
Well, Taylor did a good job to get to it. And like we mentioned before, there's not a lot of room behind home plate here. And she got to it quickly and did kind of a sideways feed over there to Arp. And she had it in the glove, but the impact just knocked it loose. And there's not a whole lot you can do about that. 2 runs have come across in the inning.
That one misses upstairs, ball 3.
Reagan Clark is likely ready to come in if Coach Monroe makes the decision to have a call to the bullpen. Right now, we'll see what Arp comes back with a 3-0.
That one's going to be hit to the shortstop. Nicolopoulos fields, fires over to first base in time for out number 3. Bremen back ahead. 3-2 is your score. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to Cedartown High School softball right here on the home of the Lady Dogs, AM 1340 WGAA, the Big AA and 106.1 FM.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
We head to the top of the 4th inning. Cedartown has relinquished the lead. It's now 3-2. And all that trouble, by the way, came with 2 outs. So completing her warm-up tosses is their left-handed thrower, Peyton Terrell. And leading off for Cedartown will be the shortstop, Kaylee Nicolopoulos. Hannah Cochran and Emmy Arp are your batters due up here in the top of the 4th for the Lady Bulldogs, who are now down by a run, 3-2.
Nicolopoulos walked in her first at-bat, which came back in the 2nd inning. She will lead things off here in this top of the 4th inning. Peyton Terrell looking into the dugout. And now a glance at her armband, and it looks like she's ready to go. First pitch on the way, and that's going to be hit to the shortstop, who will pick that up and fire over to first for out number 1.
Quick out. Hannah Cochran now will come to the plate and try to get aboard here. In the top of the 4th inning, Lady Dogs would love to answer this, the 2 runs the Lady Blue Devils took in the bottom half of the 3rd.
Cochran set, Terrell set, pitch on the way. That one taken outside, ball 1. I'm sure it was called in on the birthday club this morning, but I missed the birthday club. But I want to say a big happy birthday to one of our good buddies, J.B. Casey. I believe today is his 9th birthday.
That is correct.
That one's hit up the middle, and a little good luck there. Hannah Cochran just smacked that one straight back up the middle, and she's going to be at first with a one-out single.
Yeah, Sam, right back where it came from, a hard-hit ball right up the middle. And a one-out single will put Amy Arp to the plate now with a fast runner and Hannah Cochran over there at first base.
JB, of course, is the son of Aaron and Stephen Casey. I work with Aaron there at Gamage Funeral Home, and, of course, Stephen down at Holmes Clothing.
Who you've worked with before at Holmes Clothing. So
good friends of the Big Double A. That one's popped up on a bunt attempt and then caught by the catcher for the second out. She fired down to second, but Hannah was paying attention.
Sam,
Heads-up play.
Well, that was a great play by the catcher to make the catch. And, again, Cochran was definitely paying attention there and got back to the bag in time to avoid being doubled off. And now Barclay will be the batter with 2 outs and a runner on first. Also want to say happy birthday to Laurie Brumby. Her birthday is today. That's Mary Seal's mom and also counselor at Cedartown High School.
One of the best in the business.
You better believe it.
One of the absolute best in the business.
1 ball, no strikes there to Barclay. Took it low and away.
Haven walked in her first at bat. She was a part of that 3-walk second inning for the Lady Dogs. She swings and misses at that one for strike number 1, throw down to first, and Cochran is back safely. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the left fielder.
Ball actually hit the runner Cochran over at first base, right on the foot, but didn't ricochet away enough for her to advance. Tying run at the plate, or the tying run aboard, the go-ahead run at the plate for Cedartown.
1-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. It's going to get away from the catcher. Barclay is going to be in at second base safely without even a slide.
Yeah, standing in there, plenty of time to get to second base. The throw was a bit high getting there, but Cochran was already standing there when the throw arrived. So now a base hit could score the speedy Cochran, who's at second base, if it's hit into the outfield. And you got the left-handed hitting Barclay at the plate, so she could hit it to right field.
And she does hit it to the right side, and it's going to be knocked down by the pitcher, but then she loses it, and Barclay is going to be safe over at first. And that's going to put runners at the corners, and we're going to go back to the top of the order with the always dangerous Westmoreland up to the plate.
Westmoreland, last time she was up, had the bases loaded, flew out on a deep fly to center field. Don't need a gap shot. You know, that would
solid base hit here.
Solid base hit would work.
It would tie the game and prolong the inning. 3-2 is your score. Lady Dogs trail by 1. We are on the top of the 4th inning.
Tying run at third base, and the go-ahead run over at first in Barclay.
First pitch on the way to Westmoreland. And that one is smacked to the left side. A slow roller to the shortstop. It's going to be a close play. And she's going to be safe at first base, and the run will score from third. And we have a tie ball game.
Infield single there for Taylor Westmoreland. Once it got past the pitcher and the shortstop was playing pretty deep, she didn't have much of a chance to get the fast running speed of Taylor Westmoreland, and she's over at first base. Runners first and second now, and here's Michaela Jordan, another great hitter and a fast runner at the plate. That's what you call manufacturing runs.
Jordan a triple back in the first inning. We'd love to see one of those here. That one's going to be hit up the middle, and it's going to get through. The runner's around third. The throw home, play at the plate, and she is out.
Yep, they got her. Great throw in from center field.
Lady Dogs tried to take the lead there, but she was gunned down at home plate.
An outstanding throw. I mean, that's all you can say. That was the right decision to send her. It's a tie game. You know, try to get the lead there on a base hit up the middle, but a great throw in there to get her at home plate, and it was perfectly executed.
3-3 is your score. We have a tie ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on WGAA AM 1340, 106.1 FM.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dawgs!
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
We are back now as we begin the bottom half of the fourth. Amy Arp will continue to work in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs in a 3-3 tie. Lady Bulldogs able to tie it. Had a chance to take the lead, but a great throw in from center field. The center fielder, by the way, is Olivia Matthews, able to throw that in there and get the out at home plate to end the inning. By the way, I want to thank City Commissioner Del Tuck for her sponsorship of Lady Dogs softball as well. She is serving our city as a representative at Georgia Municipal Association this week, and we look forward to seeing her back, and we want to thank her for what she does and her support of Lady Dogs softball, including her granddaughter Emma Tuck, who we hope to see maybe get a little bit of action today.
First pitch on the way is hit to the left side, and that one is going to drop foul.
But Emma is cleared to play today. I talked to Emma right before the game, and she said that she might enter in the game maybe as a base runner or a pinch hitter of some sort. So we hope to see her in the game at some point.
Bremen sending the 6, 7, and 8 spots up in this bottom of the fourth inning. Ella Smith, the second baseman, quickly in an 0-1 count with a long strike one to the left side. Art takes a look at the armband, and now we're going to have time called at the plate. 3-3 is your score.
What a game it's been. This game started at 6 o'clock. We're already about an hour and a half into it, and a 3-3 tie.
That second pitch is taken upstairs for ball one. One the count. Pitch on the way, and that one's going to be smacked to the left side. Barclay will give chase, but that's going to be out of play. So another long strike over to that left side has Smith in the hold. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lady Dogs 1-0 on this young 2021 campaign. Picked up their first win at home against Oconee County on Saturday. Looking to pick up another win here on the road against Bremen. Pitch on the way, and that's in there for called strike 3, and Smith goes down for out number 1.
Well, that was a great pitch there from Amy Arp, able to freeze her there on a corner call. And now it'll be pitcher versus pitcher.
Peyton Terrell, 0 for 1 so far on a 4-3 put out, which came back in the second inning, which is also the second out there. We'll see if we can't make her the second out here. Arp gets set, pitch on the way, and that one's going to be low and away for ball 1. It is a 3-3 ball game. Lady Dogs were able to tie it up in the top of the fourth inning. Pitch on the way from Arp. That one's in there for a called strike 1.
Let me tell you, Taylor Westmoreland gave her a perfect target to hit. Open umpire gave her the call. It's 1-1.
Arp will toe the rubber and pitch on the way. That one's in there for called strike 2. And again, Andrew Westmoreland giving her a good target, framing that pitch well.
No doubt. Came to the same spot and got the call again.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the opposing pitcher, Peyton Terrell. Pitch on the way. And that one's going to be pushed to the left side. Long run for Barclay. Tries to make the basket catch, and it drops right in front of her. That was a long run for the left fielder, and she just missed it by a hair.
Well, there's not a lot you can do about that. That was a blue shot, a little dying duck to the left side. Once it got out of the range of Kaylee Nicolopoulos, Barclay, the only play she was going to have on it was the basket try, and it was just a bit short from her reach. And it's a blue double to the left side.
So that's going to bring up Libby Lambert. Lambert flew out to Barclay in her first at bat, which came back in the second inning. So Bremen threatening here in the bottom of the fourth with a runner at second and 1 out. First pitch on the way from Art is fouled back, strike 1. Westmoreland not knowing where that one went, threw her mask off. Now she's got it back on, and now we're ready to go. 0-1 the count, pitch on the way, and that one is fouled back and out of play.
It's going to land in a backyard over there. And, of course, this softball field is nestled in between the football practice field and some houses over here, right in the middle of Bremen. 0-2 the count with 1 away.
Art comes set, pitch on the way. That one's hit to the right side, and it's just going to die. Brumby will have to field, and she dives to first base for the out. Play at the plate, and they doubled him up. That ball died down the first base side. Mary Sil Brumby picked it up, dove to first base, tagged for the out, and then threw to home, and the tag applied at home, and they double them up. It's 3-3. We'll go to the top of the fifth. You're listening to CHS Softball.
Everything happened correctly there. Great job there. Mary Sil Brumby just dove to the bag and tagged the bag and then came home to throw home. Just an absolutely perfectly executed double play. Unconventional, Sam. Very unconventional. We'll be back in a moment with more softball action.
Are you ready for steel equipment, that is? At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
First pitch on the way for Mary Sil Brumby's hit to the right side. That one is gone. My goodness. Mary Sil Brumby with her second solo shot. And the Dawgs lead 4-3.
Aren't you glad we came back early from the commercial?
Absolutely.
First pitch, another line drive, this time to right center field. Mary Sil Brumby with her second home run of the day in her senior year. It is 4-3 Lady Bulldogs, a missile to right center. I didn't even have time to comment on the amazing defensive play she made over at first base to end the inning as part of that 3-2 double play to the home plate. And then she does it with her bat. First pitch she sees gives Cedartown the lead.
Reagan Clark up to bat now. Her first pitch is taken low and away for ball 1. Clark still searching for her first hit of the afternoon. She's been a victim of a strikeout back in the first and the third inning. Lady Dogs up 4-3, top of the fifth inning. Whoa, that one was just a bit upstairs.
I'm glad that's a good net.
Otherwise, Andrew Carter would have had a souvenir and possibly a medical bill.
I would have had a softball for lunch and breakfast and dinner.
2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Dogs already up. Lady Dogs already pushed across one as Clark looks at a called strike one. Mary Sill Brumby, 3 for 3. She had an RBI back in the first, a solo shot in the third, and a solo shot here in the fifth. Clark hits that one to the right side. That one's going to die in front of the first baseman, and Clark is going to be safe. The first baseman was charging up the line, wasn't able to make the grab, and so Clark gets her first hit of the afternoon, a little bloop single down the right side. That's going to bring up number 6, Ivory Boozer. Boozer also looking for her first hit of the afternoon, 0 for 2 so far. First pitch on the way, shows bunt, pulls it back. That's in there for a called strike one. If you're just now joining us, you have missed a heck of a game thus far. A little bit of a late start with a very short weather delay, some technical issues due to the reception down in the hole that we're in this softball complex, but it's 4-3, and your Lady Dogs are on top in the fifth inning. Boozer shows bunt again, and that one missed for a ball.
You know, going back to that Mary Sill Brumby home run, someone back here during the break said, hit another one and give us the lead back, and she did. Shows bunt and takes a strike over the outside corner, 1-2.
Reagan Clark stands over at first base. Ivory Boozer with a 1-ball, 2-strike count at the plate with nobody out. First pitch on the way to Boozer's foul back, and she'll stay alive.
You know, Sam, last year, Alexis Poole broke the window of a school bus at Northwest Whitfield. It wasn't a home run, it was a foul ball. That home run that Seal hit could have broken the school bus.
Absolutely.
Count is 1-2 with nobody out.
Swing and miss.
Yep. They throw down to first base, and sliding back in safely is Clark, and she asks for time to get up, and she does.
So Boozer is the first out, victim of a strikeout in this top half of the fifth inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop, number 42, Kaylee Nicolopoulos. She's also looking for her first at bat. She walked back in the second inning and then hit into a ground ball out into the fourth inning. So she'll come to the plate with one out and a runner at first. Pitch on the way is way upstairs, ball one. She had to duck to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, that was in her ear. Cedartown 4, Bremen 3 here in the fifth inning, top of the fifth at Bremen High School.
1-0 pitch on the way, and that's it to the left side. The third baseman will throw on to second for the first out, and that's all she's going to get.
Yeah, she got the force and a kind of the takeout slide over there at second base, and they're going to call her out. They're going to say she was probably in the act of throwing. Now, are they going to say something differently here?
Well, we're going to have a little discussion about it. Coach Monroe and the field umpire talking it over.
As of it is right now, it's 2 outs with a runner at first. Coach Monroe is trying to get an explanation.
And her appeal is denied.
Yep.
So it'll be 2 outs with Kaylee Nicolopoulos standing at first base.
I'd love to give Coach Monroe the benefit of the doubt there, but I think of a similar situation. You remember I don't know if you remember the World Series in '95, but there was a play similar to that against the Braves where they tried to turn a double play and the ball was dropped, and they called him out saying that he had the ball in possession enough. And that could have been a similar type situation there, but we'll see what happens now.
Hannah Cochran, the batter now, and she takes a called strike.
Omar Vizquel,
Strike one.
the shortstop for the Cleveland Indians, dropped the ball in the shovel as he was trying to throw to the first base in that World Series. And the umpire called him out, called the runner out. Similar situation to what happened there.
That one's hit straight back up to the middle to the pitcher, and she'll fire on to first for out number 3. But not before Mary Brumby goes long ball again and puts the Lady Dogs ahead. 4-3 is your score. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on the home for CHS Sports, WGAA, the Big AA.
Daniels Green Services and Handyman, your best choice for total home renovation or even small projects. 770-862-1240. 770-862-1240. Painting, siding, concrete, windows, pressure washing, flooring, drywall, doors, roofing, electrical, and even lawn care. They're fully insured and will do a great job. Check them out on Facebook, Daniels Green Services and Handyman, your best choice. 770-862-1240.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Mary Brumby is 3 for 3 with 2 home runs
And 3 RBIs.
3 RBI. Cedartown with a 4-3 lead, and Emmy Arp is going to continue in the circle, and we've got Mandy Reinhardt to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 5th. A slim 4-3 lead.
Bremen will send the 9-1-2 hitters to the plate. First pitch on the way to Reinhardt is fouled back for strike 1. Reinhardt was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning when a lot of the trouble came for the Lady Dogs. Arp would hit the first 2 batters, come back and get 2 quick outs, and then the trouble would begin there. She would come back in the 4th inning and get a 1-2-3 inning. And we'll look for another 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 4-3 is your score. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter from Bremen High School. Lady Dogs lead these Lady Blue Devils. Pitch on the way to Art. Or from Art, excuse me. It was a bunt, but it was foul. Straight back. And Reinhardt's in an 0-2 hole.
You know, we saw the speed of Reinhardt earlier when she was able to reach her last time. And she, despite fouling it away, Sam, she just absolutely booked it down the line like she's supposed to. No balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch on the way from Art. It's taken outside ball 1. Reinhardt would eventually come around to score back in the 3rd after being hit by a pitch. That would be the first of 2 runs that would put Bremen on top back in the 3rd. Of course, the Lady Dogs have bounced back since then and lead by 1. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit a mile in the air to the left side. Barclay will back up about 3 steps, get under that one, and she will make the squeeze for out number 1.
And we weren't sure if that ball was ever going to come down, but it finally did, and thankfully into the glove of Haven Barclay, the freshman over in left field. Back to the top of the order, Ella Herod will be the batter. And keeping Reinhardt off base if you're Cedartown is key. And looks like Emmy Arp's day is over, and she pitched well. She's going to leave with the lead and can be in line for the win. Looks like Cedartown's other hurler, Reagan Clark, will come in to warm up, and a big hand for Emmy Arp as she heads back to the dugout. We'll take a timeout. Cedartown with a 4-3 lead here over the Bremen Lady Blue Devils here in the bottom half of the 5th with 1 out and nobody on base.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dawgs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer. And that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Amy Arp goes 4 1/3 inning and leaves with a 4-3 lead with nobody on base and one out. Reagan Clark, the Lady Dogs' other pitcher, will take over in the circle, and she'll face the top of the order.
Ella Harrod was also hit by a pitch in her last at bat, and Clark starts her off with one in the dirt for ball one. Harrod would also come around to score back in the third.
You know, I wonder if the two home runs that Mary Sil Brumby hit were birthday presents for Laurie Brumby, her mom. Ball two outside. Would you think that would be a pretty good birthday present?
I think that would be appropriate.
I think so.
2 balls, no strikes on Harrod, the shortstop, Lady Blue Devil.
Of course, Reagan Clark, a very different pitcher than Amy Arp, so may take some adjustment for these batters.
That one misses upstairs. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. Nobody on, one out in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Lady Dogs with a 1-run lead. Pitch on the way. Taken all the way, and that's in there for a called strike one.
Good pitch there, caught the inside. Well, it was right over the plate. She was maybe a little bit in, but definitely a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike, and hitters count with 1 out.
3-1 pitch on the way, misses upstairs, and Reagan Clark surrenders a walk on her first Lady Blue Devil that she faced. So that's going to bring up center fielder, number 5, Olivia Matthews.
Got to be careful here because Ella Harrod is definitely a stolen base threat over there at first base, and Matthews could maybe lay one down or swing, and they could be running on a pitch, a hit and run or something.
First pitch on the way, and she's up there hacking, and that one is fouled off. Strike one.
Bremen has the speed. We've seen that already today. They also have the power.
Matthews 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout and fly out to center field. Clark gets set, pitch on the way, and that one's going to be in the dirt. That one's going to be away from Westmoreland, and the runner from first will advance to second.
Well, now a whole myriad of things could happen.
Yeah, changes things up just a little bit. Runner now at second with 1 ball, 1 strike count on Matthews and 1 out. Pitch on the way from Clark, and that one's going to be a foul ball. So 1-2 now the count on the Lady Blue Devils center fielder.
Fast runner at second base as well. Got to be careful.
Pitch on the way from Clark. That one just missed.
I don't know if that was a design pitch out, but it looked like it, the way that ball was caught, popping up quickly was Taylor Westmoreland maybe thinking about a throw to second base to maybe get the runner back. Throw was not made, and now it's a 2-2 count.
Pitch on the way from Clark, and that one's hit right to Boozer, who makes the catch and thinks about a throw over to second. try to double them up, but she quickly decides to just stick that one in her pocket.
Well, I don't think the second baseman was going to get there in time anyway.
So heads up play by Boozer by trying not to force anything, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 3, Halle Duke.
Alden Boatner, the second baseman, she was playing kind of halfway, and she was booking it to get to the bag at second, but I think a good decision by Boozer not to try it. That pitch is low, ball 1.
Duke looking for her first hit of the afternoon. She's 0 for 2 so far.
Sam, we're seeing good decision-making by the Lady Bulldogs as well. Not, deciding to, first the pitch, hit foul down the left side, 1-1 the count. Not making rash decisions, trying to do too much with what you have, and that's just showing the maturity of this team and also how well coached they are.
Well, and I did not get to see the Saturday game as I was working, but this looks like a very different Lady Dogs squad than what we saw against Heard County in the scrimmage. Yeah, and that's in there for called strike too. But a very different squad than what I believe we saw against the Heard County Lady Braves down at the University of West Georgia last week. Lady Dogs playing good ball against this tough Bremen team. Pitch on the way, and that one's going to be popped up down the right side, and that one's going to be out of play. So Duke will hang around at least for one more pitch.
Whether you're talking about softball or baseball, it's basically the same concept, of the game. There's so many little decisions you can make that can make a big difference in the game. And the Lady Bulldogs have made good decisions defensively.
1-2 the count. Pitch on the way from Clark. That one just missed.
Just barely.
Westmoreland framed that one and wanted that one from the umpire, but she did not get the call. And so it'll run the count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner stands at second base with 2 outs in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way from Clark. That one missed low.
That must have been ball 4. I had 2 and 2.
I've got 3 and 2. So does the umpire.
Yeah,
he kind of looked at the.
I think he flashed 3 and 2 earlier. That we didn't have it all. So it is a 3-2 count. The count was 2 and 2.
Now it's 3-2. Everybody's on the same page now. Full count. Payoff pitch on the way from Clark. And now that's ball 4.
So that'll bring up now Zoe Cook.
Clark issuing her second walk. Of course, she came on relief of Emmy Arp, who went 4 1/3. Cook, 2 for 2 so far. Had the solo shot back in the second. And a single in the third. She'll come to the plate with runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. She catches the inside corner, strike 1.
Let me tell you, Sam, I thought that was going to hit her, and then it moved from the inside toward the middle of the plate and got the call. That was a great pitch there from Reagan Clark. 0-1.
Pitch on the way from Clark is taken high and away for ball 1. Lady Dogs trying to get out of the 5th with the lead intact. 4-3 is the score. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt, and it's going to get away from Westmoreland, and everybody's going to move up. The throw to the pitcher is going to get away, and that's going to score the tying run. Westmoreland threw that one back to Clark. It got away from Reagan in a heads-up base running play by the Lady Blue Devils, and we've got a tie ball game.
Just goes without saying, Sam. I'm not going to even say it. But that's a mistake that cannot be made.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Runner at second, 2 outs. 1 run across here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is now a tie ball game, and we're going to have a timeout called by Cook. She's going to step out for a moment. Now she's back in, ready to go. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one's going to be low, ball 3.
Let me tell you, nobody feels worse about the way that play turned out than the catcher and pitcher.
3-1 pitch. Lost her. Ball 4. That's going to be the third walk issued by Clark. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 8, Belle Akins. So Akins will come to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs. The go-ahead run stands at second base for the Lady Blue Devils of Bremen. Pitch on the way from Clark. That's in there, called strike 1.
2-out trouble. That's what's been it for the Bremen Lady Blue Devils here.
Clark looks at her armband, toes the rubber, pitch on the way. That one missed. Ball 1. That one looked a little upstairs and maybe a little off the plate as well. So Aiken stands in with a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way from Clark. That one's going to be upstairs as well. Ball 2. Emmy Arp retired the first hitter that she saw in this inning and then was taken out of the game and replaced by Reagan Clark. He's given up 3 walks. Pitch on the way. That one's going to hit Akins, and the base pads are now full of Lady Blue Devils.
Now off the bat. Second baseman, number 26.
Ella Smith, the second baseman for Bremen, will come to the plate. She doubled back in the second inning and struck out in the 4th. A little quick meeting in the circle between Westmoreland and Reagan Clark. Lady Dogs just need 1 here.
And that's the key. That they just need 1.
Just need 1.
And that's what Coach Monroe just said when she popped out of the dugout, trying to keep her team from getting in the downward spiral. All you got to do is get this one out, and you're out of here with a 4-4 tie.
First pitch on the way from Clark is in there for a call. Strike 1.
Yeah, threw a good strike there, a hard fastball there over the outer corner of the plate.
A heck of a ball game this afternoon here at Bremen High School. 0-1 pitch. And that one's going to be inside. She missed it, ball 1. Bases full of Blue Devils. Pitch on the way. That one's low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one missed inside, ball 3. So Smith has worked it from 0-1 to 3-1. We don't want to walk a run in here.
No, it's the worst way you can do it. Make them earn it.
3-1 pitch on the way. And that one's going to be hit hard but foul down the left side.
And I tell you what, that might have been ball 4 she swung at. So that's going to fill the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The merry-go-round will start on this 3-2 pitch. As soon as the ball is released, the runners will probably lead away. You can't lead off the bag until the pitch is thrown in softball.
3-2 pitch on the way. And she lost her in the dirt, ball 4.
And that's the lead for Bremen, 5-4.
It's going to bring up the opposing pitcher, number 27, Peyton Terrell. She's 1 for 2 so far.
Entire infield comes in to talk to Reagan Clark, and also Coach Monroe is going to join the conversation as well.
Clark came on in relief of Emmy Arp, who retired the first and only batter that she saw, which was the number 9 hitter. Clark then issued a walk to Ella Herod. Got a line drive out to the third base side. And then it's given up a walk to the 3 and 4 hitters. Hit the number 5 hitter and now issued a walk to the number 6 hitter. And this is where we stand. Bases still loaded. 5-4 is your score. Bremen up by a run here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. First pitch on the way from Clark is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, 1 the count. Pitch on the way from Clark. That misses low. Ball 1. One count. Pitch on the way, and that one misses outside for ball 2. Two and 1 to count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2 runs already across here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way. That one misses outside. Ball 3. Bremen scored 1 back in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and now 2 so far here in the 5th. The Lady Dogs trail by 1. Pitch on the way. 3-1 pitch is in there for a called strike 2.
Throw it there again. Again, the runners will be leaving on the release of the pitch.
Payoff pitch on the way from Clark. That's it down the left side. Barclay will move to her right, and she'll have it for out number 3, but not before the Blue Devils come back and take the lead. 5-4 is your score. Lady Dogs trail as we go to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on WGAA, AM 1340, 106.1 FM, the Big AA.
Cedartown Automotive is your one stop for all your automotive needs. Oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Well, Sam, the seesaw effect that has been this game continues, and we're in the 6th inning through 5 complete. And Bremen with, 2 runs in that inning?
Yep.
2 runs in that inning. Take the lead 5-4. A couple of bases loaded walks there brought home the go-ahead run for the Bremen Lady Blue Devils, making it 5-4. Now, Emmy Arp, who was the starting pitcher, now takes over as the designated player. She will be at the plate. Then we'll have Haven Barclay, and then top of the order, Taylor Westmoreland. Lady Dogs can get this lead back. I mean, we've seen them rally back several times tonight.
Arp pushes one down the right side, and that one is just foul. That was going to be a wonderful way to start off that rally, as you alluded to, but that one was just foul. So Emmy still looking for her first hit of the afternoon.
Definitely not a bad idea. She tried to slap that one down the right side, but it did land just foul, and it's an 0-1 count to her.
Peyton Terrell still on the mound for Bremen. That pitch to Art misses outside, ball 1. Lady Dogs scored a run back in the first, third, fourth, and fifth. 3 of those courtesy of Mary Seal Brumby. 1-1 pitch on the way, and that one's hit up the middle. The pitcher makes a play on it. She'll fire over to first base for out number 1. So that'll bring up Haven Barclay. Barclay walked back in the second inning and then singled in the fourth inning. She'll look to get aboard here in this top half of the sixth inning. 1 out, nobody on. Lady Dogs trail 5-4. Pitch on the way from Terrell. That one's in there for a called strike 1.
She might have had the drag bunt sign. She was moving in front of the plate like she might be thinking about it. With her speed and a left-handed bat like she is, certainly could produce a base hit.
Pitch on the way. That one misses low, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on. Terrell gets set. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Barclay. Haven will step in with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Looking to get aboard here in the top of the 6th. Pitch on the way, and that one's in the dirt. Ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count on the Lady Dogs left fielder. Pitch on the way from Terrell. That one's hit to the left side. A slow roller to the third baseman. She'll pick up, fire over to first, and nowhere near in time. And the speedy Haven Barclay is aboard with a 1-out single.
Basically a swinging bunt down the left side. No chance. No chance to get her with her speed. And a fast runner at first base with 1 out for Taylor Westmoreland. And this is where the Lady Dogs can do some damage with the top of the order. 1 out. 5-4 lead for the Lady Blue Devils.
First pitch on the way to Westmoreland is taken outside, ball 1. Michaela Jordan stands in the on-deck circle for the Lady Dogs. She had a big hit back in the first inning. Pitch on the way. That one is hit to the left side. It's kind of in no man's land. The center fielder just made a heck of a play. A diving catch by number 5. Olivia Matthews retires Westmoreland for the 2nd out.
Sacrificed her body. She hit the ground hard trying to dive for it out there. In an amazing play for out number 2. And it'll bring up Cedartown's number 2 batter in the lineup, the center fielder, Michaela Jordan. Marisol Brumby on deck.
5-4 your score. Pitch on the way to Jordan. Runner goes. That one is popped up. First baseman will call it. Comes in and makes the squeeze for out number 3. Lady Dogs strand 1. It's 5-4. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on WGAA, AM 1340 and 106.1 FM.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Daniel's Green Services and Handyman, your best choice for total home renovation or even small projects. 770-862-1240, 770-862-1240. 1240. Painting, siding, concrete, windows, pressure washing, flooring, drywall, doors, roofing, electrical, and even lawn care. They're fully insured and will do a great job. Check them out on Facebook, Daniels Green Services and Handyman. Your best choice, 770-862-1240.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Lady Bulldogs got an infield single, but she's left stranded as we head down to the 6th inning. Lady Dogs trail by a run 5-4. Reagan Clark hoping for a better inning here in this 6th. She'll face the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Libby Lambert will lead things off, the first baseman, then the left fielder, or rather the right fielder, Reinhardt, and then the shortstop, top of the order, Ella Herod, will be due up here in the 6th.
Lady Dogs trail 5-4 as we go to this bottom of the 6th inning. Lambert stands in, and Clark is ready to go to work. First pitch on the way. Just missed upstairs, ball 1.
Wasn't a bad looking pitch, just must have been maybe a little bit outside, maybe a bit high, but pretty close.
That one misses way upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Clark gets set. Pitch on the way. That one's going to miss upstairs, ball 3. So Lambert quickly has a 3-0 count. Sure, she's taking all the way here. And she was. It missed upstairs, ball 4.
Consistently missing right there at the same spot. An insurance run aboard with nobody out. Mandy Reinhardt is the batter. They're going to send out a pinch runner. Number 16 is the pinch runner, Emily Morris. So Emily Morris will run for Libby Lambert. Libby will probably re-enter the game after this inning. Of course, in softball and high school baseball, you can do that. You can leave and re-enter the game, unlike professional sports.
Number 15.
That'll bring up number 15, the right fielder, Mandy Reinhardt. Reinhardt flew out to left field in her previous at-bat, which came back in the 5th inning. She's also been hit by a pitch so far tonight. Pitch on the way shows bunt. Throw down to first base. Gets past the second baseman that was covering.
Autumn Boatner out there got past her, but backing up there is Hannah Cochran in right field. The runner does not move up. Pitch was a strike, 0-1 the count.
Reinhardt with the bunt attempt had Mary Seal Brumby charging in from the first base line. So we'll get set, do it all over again. 0-1 the count, pitch on the way. Shows bunt again, this time successful down the left side. Ivory Boozer will collect, throw on to first to record out number 1. So a sack bunt moves the runner to second, and we'll go back to the top of the order.
It's going to be Ella Herod. Infield meeting now. The entire Lady Dogs infield in the circle.
"5-4 is your score. Bremen with a runner at second base and 1 out in this bottom half of the 6th inning. A back-and-forth ball game. Lady Dogs playing a very tough Bremen team on the road. Lady Dogs are 1-0 on this young season. Picked up their first win on Saturday against Oconee County. First pitch on the way from Clark. That one misses upstairs, ball 1. Clark having some difficulty locating the strike zone. Issuing several walks so far, and that one's going to get away from Westmoreland as it was in the dirt and behind the batter. And they are going to call interference. They're going to say that there was contact with loose equipment between the catcher throwing her mask and the batter, and the runner from third will be permitted to score, and it's going to be 6-4.
My goodness. And Coach Monroe is just throwing her hands back in the Cedartown dugout.
A lot of times when you think of home field advantage, you think of crowd playing in your own backyard, but sometimes it means other things. That one misses, ball 3. We can't say that too loudly. We're sitting directly behind the umpire. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well,
Lady Dogs now trail by 2.
And then that very well may be a rule. I don't know for sure, but high strike called, 3-1. I learn something new every day. Apparently that is something that can allow a runner to move up.
Pitch on the way, and that's slapped to the shortstop. Nicolopoulos will field and fire over to first base for out number 2. Well, and I think you'd have a good argument there is, did the batter attempt to get out of the way? Does she have to attempt to get out of the way? Can she just stand there and watch a rolling helmet make contact with her and it count as interference? Lots of questions there, I think, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm at a loss.
Matthews, the batter, she stands in and takes a called strike 1 from Reagan Clark.
There'll definitely be some things to take away from this game when the Lady Bulldog, when it finally comes to an end as Cedartown prepares for region play next week. That's outside, ball 1. Or actually, I think region play is next week, is it not? Isn't it? You had the schedule up a moment ago.
Good question.
Sam will pull that up and tell us. Region play starts pretty soon. 1-1 pitch is low and in. Ball pops away. Nobody on base. 2-1 the count.
So the next time the Lady Dogs will be in action will be that Dalton tournament, which is this weekend, and then they will play Rockmart at Rockmart on the 16th, and then region play starts on the 24th when we go up against Central in a doubleheader at Central. That one is going to hit Matthews on the foot, and we've got a runner aboard with 2 outs. We will then be at home on the 26th against Central. The next 2 games will be in Haralson County, against Haralson County, and then Mount Zion on the 28th. The first game will start at 1, and then the second will be at 3, and then we'll be back at home. A lot of road games early in the season for this Lady Dogs team. We'll be back at home on the 31st of August, and that's going to be a Tuesday afternoon in a doubleheader against Pickens County.
I want to say we only have like 8 or 9 times we play at home. Inside pitch called a strike, and the runner goes to second base, and she'll be safe. 0-1 the count.
We will be at home 6 more times.
Not counting doubleheaders, of course.
Correct.
Will be a few more games, but still.
But only 6 appearances, I guess, or 6 days we will be at home.
A lot of road games.
That one misses badly, and the runner will advance from second, and now they're going to throw it away, and the runner is going to score. So a pitch that was way outside advanced the runner from second to third, and then thrown back to the pitcher. The runner scored from third, and it's now 7-4. Things quickly unraveling for this Lady Dogs team.
Generous call there on a low strike, 1-2.
Halle Duke, the batter for Bremen. Stands there with a 1-ball, 2-strike count with the bases now empty and 2 outs. Pitch on the way. And that one's hit to the left side. That one's going to find a gap, and that one's going to probably be extra bases. Barclay will get the throw in to Nicolopoulos, and Duke stands at second with a 2-out double.
Threw that one a bit off speed, and she just kind of lowered the bat and drove it to the left center field gap.
That'll bring out the catcher, 0 Zoe Cook. So Bremen threatening again in the form of Halle Duke standing at second base with a 2-out double, and Zoe Cook, the catcher, who's already hit a home run tonight, takes that one upstairs, ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning. This has been a very close contest up until really this inning. Pitch on the way from Clark, and that's going to be hit to Nicolopoulos. She'll go to third. That was going to be her only play, but Duke is in there safely.
Oh, and
there we go.
They send the runner back. We had time called over at third base. The way, and for those listeners looks like Boozer may be injured over at third base. Maybe the slide forced a slide into her leg. And, we had a scare with Boozer in the Saturday game on a tag that she applied right before the rain delay. But this is a leg issue as they're talking about that. So what happened was, we'll describe what happened with the play. The ground ball went to Nicolopoulos, made a great diving stop. But she had no time to get up and throw to first base. The only chance she was going to have to get an out was going to be to go to third base. And Boozer is still not up and experiencing some pain. Looks like the Bremen trainer is going to come out and deal with her. And also the outfielders come in as well. And this doesn't look good. So we're going to take a break here as they attend to Boozer. And we'll come back in just a moment. Cedartown Lady Dawgs softball is here on the Big Double A, 106.1 FM, AM 1340, YouTube, Facebook Live, and the NFHS network.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100, and all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Here's the hand for Ivor Boozer. She's going to stay in there, and she's up. She got up and got a round of applause then, started walking around gingerly on that foot, and she's not going to win any jumping jack contests out there at the moment, but she will stay in there, and that's certainly good that it's not anything major. At least we don't think it is at this moment. It's going to be the middle of the order. Belle Atkins now to the plate with a runner on third base, first and third, and there's a ball foul away. 7-4 the score. Bremen leads the Lady Bulldogs by 3 runs. Reagan Clark hoping to keep it right here where it is.
0-1 pitch on the way from Clark is taken low, ball 1. So far, Bremen has 7 runs, as you said, on only 4 hits from what we gathered. Of course, again, we are not the official scores, thank goodness.
It's a big thank goodness.
1-1 the count. Pitch on the way from Clark. And that one misses, ball 2.
And low and in that time from from Reagan.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way. It's taken outside, ball 3. Already 2 across here in this 6th inning.
Runner at second base now as well. Second and third. A base hit into the outfield could score a couple.
3-1 pitch on the way. That one misses, ball 4.
Now the bat. Second baseman, number 26.
Free pass has been a problem for the Lady Bulldogs today, especially here late in the game. It's cost the Lady Bulldogs the lead, and right now the bases are full. And Ella Smith, the batter. Line shot foul, just about took out the on-deck hitter, which is the pitcher for Bremen, Peyton Terrell.
For the first through the first 3 innings, there were 2 hit batsmen. Since then, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 free passes issued by this Lady Dogs team. Pitch on the way from Clark. That one's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Ella Smith. Amy Arp started this game, went 4 1/3 innings. Reagan Clark came in the 5th, and that one misses. Upstairs, ball 2. Bases full of Lady Blue Devils in this bottom of the 6th inning. 7-4 is your score. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side. And Cochran will come in and make the grab, and that will be out number 3. We will go to the top of the 7th inning. Your Lady Dogs trail 7-4. You're listening to Cedartown High School softball right here on AM 1340 WGAA, the Big AA.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Oil changes, new tires or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Last chance for the Lady Bulldogs here in the top of the 7th inning. They trail 7-4 to the Bremen Lady Blue Devils. And trying to go to the distance for Bremen will be their starting pitcher, Peyton Terrell. She has had a few shaky times in this game, but she's been able to keep the damage down to 4 runs. You have to think back as well. There have been a few opportunities scoring for the Lady Bulldogs that we weren't able to do. But Marisol Brumby, who has a couple of home runs today, will lead things off. And Sam and I were talking in the break. It sure would be nice if she had a couple runners on and maybe you could get the hat trick. But we'll see what she does here. She'll be the leadoff batter in the inning. It'll be Brumby, Clark, and Boozer, the batters due up.
The first baseman, number 22.
Can Lady Bulldogs pull off another comeback? They've come back, twice tonight already? We'll see if they can do it again.
Third time might be the charm. 7-4 is your score. They're going to need to push across at least 3 here to tie it up. We'd love 4 to get the lead, but we got to start with 1 at a time, and we'll start right here with Marisol Brumby, and that one is upstairs for ball 1.
As much as I'd love for Seal to hit a homer, I'd also love it for her to be on base and have a few base runners, and because you need base runners to get 3. You can't tie the game with a blast. Get closer, but you can't tie.
That one misses outside, ball 2. Mary Sill with an RBI hit back in the first inning, and then an RBI or a solo home run in the third and a solo home run back in the fifth.
And they're just going to put her
They're going to walk her, yep.
Which I'm kind of surprised they're doing, because what that does is bring the tying run to the on-deck circle. But I guess that just goes on for the respect that they have for Mary Sill Brumby after she's already gotten 3 hits today. Bring up Reagan Clark with Mary Sill Brumby at first base.
Pitch on the way to Clark is fouled straight back. Reminder, our next broadcast will be Friday night for high school football. It's the scrimmage game for the Dawgs. They will be taking on the Cass Colonels.
They'll be at the Doug.
That one's hit to the right side. That one's going to drop for a base hit.
Guess what?
And we've got runners at first and second.
That's going to bring the tying run to the plate, and the gingerly walking Ivory Boozer is going to be up there. She's still favoring that foot, but she's going to stay in the game and hit for herself. First and second, nobody out. An intentional walk and then a base hit the other way to right field. It's not over yet.
Boozer stands in, pitch on the way. She shows bunt. Pitch is outside, ball 1.
The late, great Yogi Berra. It's not over till it's over.
Mary Sill Brumby stands at second base. Reagan Clark stands at first. Ivory Boozer with a 1-ball, no strike count. Shows bunt again. Again, they missed. And they chase Seal back, and she is in there safely. She had to get a little dirty to get there, but that's all right.
It wouldn't be a game if Seal didn't get dirty sliding in somewhere.
2-0 the count. Nobody out, 2 on. Have a little meeting in the circle. Very quick. And now Boozer's in there ready to go again. Two-0 pitch on the way. She's swinging that time, and I think she swung at ball 3.
I think you're right. It sunk down there, and she didn't get it.
So 2 balls, 1 strike now the count on the Lady Dogs third baseman. As you said, she was involved in a collision there at third base. Was injured, but she's right back here fighting. And she looks at that, ball 3.
That did not miss by much.
Good take by Boozer.
I'll tell you what, though, Boozer and Carson Tanner on Facebook is correct. She's showing her toughness.
3-1 the count. Pitch on the way, and that one's hit down the right side. The first baseman will get it and go to first for the out, but the runners move up. So we do get an out, but we've now got runners at second and third base, and we've got our shortstop, Kaylee Nicolopoulos, up to bat. For those of you on Facebook Live, we do apologize for some of the video if you're getting it. If you're not getting it, we're in a little bit of a service Bermuda Triangle down here in this softball field. It's sketchy at best. Pitch on the way to Nicolopoulos is called ball, taken just outside.
That outer call has been consistent, and that time Nico took it. And a good take there by the senior.
Pitch on the way from Terrell, and that one is fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lady Dogs need to tie it at least here, and we need 3 to do it. Mary Sill Brumby stands at third base, Reagan Clark at second base, and we do have 1 out. Kaylee steps in. Now she's ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one's hit to the right side. The first baseman will get it, and she'll shovel over to the second baseman that was covering for first for out number 2, and Mary Sil Brumby was able to come home, so we get one of them back, but it comes at the cost of 2 outs.
He'll take a 2-out hit by Hannah Cochran. Kaylee Nicolopoulos hits it on the ground, gets the run, but again, one more base runner would be great.
First pitch to Cochran is taken in the dirt for ball 1. Lady Dogs down to their last hope here, and the right fielder, Hannah Cochran. 5-7 is your score. Lady Dogs trail by 2.
Amy Arp is the batter on deck.
Terrell toes the rubber. She's ready to go. Pitch on the way. And that one's smacked to the right side. And the first baseman makes a heck of a grab in foul territory right at the fence. And that's going to do it for out number 3. The Lady Dogs go on the road to Bremen and fall by 2. 7-5 is your final score. We'll take a quick break and come back with some game stats and a look at what's ahead. You're listening to Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball right here on the home for CHS Sports, WGAA, the Big AA.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Daniel's Green Services and Handyman, your best choice for total home renovation or even small projects. 770-862-1240. 770-862-1240. Painting, siding, concrete, windows, pressure washing, flooring, drywall, doors, roofing, electrical, and even lawn care. They're fully insured and will do a great job. Check them out on Facebook, Daniel's Green Services and Handyman, your best choice. 770-862-1240.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Welcome back. Your final score, Bremen wins 7-5. Lady Dogs' first loss of the season. They go to 1-1. Bremen improves to 1-0 on the season. You know, a disappointing loss for the Lady Bulldogs. There's a lot of positive things you can come away with this, and the fact that the Lady Dogs never really gave up. There was plenty of opportunities where they could have just, folded their tent and said, that's it. But Lady Dogs made it interesting in just about every inning, especially in that 7th inning. Got a couple runners on, got a run in. But it comes down to the mistakes that were made, and walks will kill you, and that's what did the Lady Dogs in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Amy Arp went 4 1/3 innings. She hit 2 batters, and then Reagan Clark would come in and go 2 2/3, and she would walk 6 and hit 2 as well. So those free passes, as you said, really hurt the Lady Dogs. Offensively, the big story was Mary Sil Brumby. She had 3 RBIs, scored 3 runs, hit 2 home runs, both of those solo shots. So those are her first 2 home runs of the season.
And hit those 2 homers off a good pitcher. I mean, lefty versus lefty, and they weren't even cheap shots. They were absolute bombs. And Mary Sil Brumby doing Mary Sil Brumby things here tonight, but it was unfortunately not enough as the Lady Dogs fall 7-5. Lady Dogs will be back in action this weekend for the Dalton tournament. I believe they're playing Dade County on Friday. Then they'll be back in action on Friday against another team to be named later. Don't know if we're going to get to do the Saturday game. Of course, the Friday game we'll have to preempt for football. It's the first scrimmage of the year. Cedartown will be up in Bartow County, up in White, Georgia, to take on the Cass Colonels. It's still, I still can't get used to the fact that Cass High School is in White, Georgia now, and not where it used to be on Grassdale Road all those years. It's way out in the country now. But it's a beautiful campus, and we'll be out there for that. That kickoff will be at 7:30. We'll be on the air at 7:15 for that game right here on the Big AA and our social media platforms. Sam, final thoughts on this game tonight?
good showing. Like you said, just a couple of mistakes there that cost them late. But I think a good outing by this Lady Dogs softball team, and I think there will be good things. I expect to see good things throughout this season. We face a tough Bremen team tonight, but the future is bright, I believe, for these ladies. And big shout out to, as you said earlier, Laurie Brumby, happy birthday. Still got a couple of home runs for you, so hopefully that'll be a good birthday present for you.
No doubt about it. He's Sam Branch. I'm Andrew Carter. Remember, when the Dogs play, you'll hear them on the Big AA. Final score, Lady Dogs fall 7-5 on the road here at Bremen. We hope you have a great night. We'll be with you the next time the Bulldogs play right here on the Big AA.
W291 DS Cedartown. Your home for the Cedartown High School Bulldogs. AM 1340 and now 106.1 FM WGAA. The Big AA.